What's up, nerds? OBD back for MTG Next Door, day 3 of the dragon hunt in Lorwyn. I know that sounds stupid, but there is actually a dragon in the Lorwyn cards. I've seen it. Am I going to pull it today? Absolutely. Am I going to pull more changelings today? Absolutely. Am I going to pull that really fancy elf lady with the weird feet? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Blossom Bind, Gallant Foul Knight, Safe Right Cavalry, Reckless Ransacking, Scarblade Scout. Oh, there's something fancy right there. Aquatex Defenses, Findrock Core, Eclipsed Marrow. All right, it is uncommon, but it's fancy looking, so we'll read it anyway. It's a Merfolk Scout, hybrid white-blue ×3 for a 2/3 Merfolk Scout. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal Merfolk, Plains, or Island card. I think I've got this in another form, but anyway, we like that artwork. We're going to put it over here. Eclipse Kithkin, Sizzling Changeling. Yep, there's a dinosaur. Raiding Schemes is our rare. Okay. I thought we had a couple more uncommons. 3 red and a green for an enchantment. Each non-creature spell you cast has Conspire. I don't know what that means. I don't know what Conspire is. As you cast a non-creature spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. A copy of a permanent spell becomes a token. Interesting. I do like copy spells. Oh, Mythic. Wistfulness, Elemental Incarnation. Okay. It is a 6/5 creature, Elemental Incarnation for 3, hybrid blue-green, blue-green. And it's got one of these, double green when it enters, exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls, or if you paid double blue, draw 2 cards and discard a card. Yeah, that's kind of rad. And then it's got the evoke cost. We like that. Temporal Cleansing, Swamp, and Elf, treasure token. All right, pack 2. Pretty rad. Copy schemes, or copy stuff and destroy stuff, we like it. Reluctant Dune Guard, Test the Sprigs, or Tend the Sprigs, Crystal Glutton, Boggart Prankster, Summit Sentinel, Findrock Core, Gangly Stomp. Look at that dude's feet. Gross. Iron Shield Elf, Clachan Festival, Lasting Tar Fire. Is that the Great Springfield Tire Fire? Glister Bairn. All right, here we go. As a rare commander, Marilyn Fey Ascendant for 2 black, green, and a blue, 4/5 Elf Fairy Noble. When she enters, or another elf or fairy you control enters, exile the top 2 cards of opponent's library. Once each turn, you may cast a spell with mana value equal to less from the number of elves and fairies you control from among cards exiled with Marilyn this turn without paying their mana cost. Interesting. So, peel stuff off the top of their deck, exile it, and then you can play with their cards. We like that. Encumbered Rajiri, Mountain, Merfolk, and a Worm. All right, we like that. I like stealing people's cards and then beating them to death with it. All right, Runaway Together, Liminal Hold, Dawn's Light Archer, Brambleback Brute. I actually played this. We did that draft night box thing that they debuted with Lorwyn. I actually got a good price on this. This was actually on the field the entire game for me, and actually put in some good work. The being able to remove a counter from this, and then forcing a creature not to block. That helped a lot. Getting like little cheeky damage in here and there. I lost, but it doesn't matter. It helped me anyway. Scarblade's Malice, Prideful Feastling. Oh, look, that's a dragon. Chitinous Graspling, Grave Shifter. Oh, another dragon. Puka's Eye, Boulder Dash, Prismatic Undercurrents, and then here's our rare: is a Kithkin Knight, Champion of the Clachan. Clachan. Anyway, has flash. 4/5 Kithkin Knight, 3 and a white. As an additional cost to cast this spell, behold a Kithkin and exile it. Other Kithkin you control get +1 +1. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return exiled card to its owner's hand. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's rare. We'll put it over here. I don't know if I'm going to be building Kithkin Tribal. I doubt that I will. But anyway, we've got that in case we ever do. Stalactite Dagger, Island, and a Kithkin Elf. All right. All right, here we go. Oh, I guess I can move those out of the way. Wild Unraveling, River Guard's Reflexes, Surly Farrier, Cinder Strike, Barbed Bloodletter, Stratosaur, Prideful Feastling. There's more dragons. Chitinous Graspling, Gut Splinter Gang, Rhymekin Recluse, Vine Bred Brawler, Endblaze Epiphany. So I saw this in our draft last night, and it sounded like a big wet fart. Anyway, for X and a red, maybe I just didn't read it right in the time, but let's read it right now. It's an instant. Deals X damage to target creature. When that creature dies this turn, exile a number of cards on the top of your library equal to its power, and choose a card exiled this way. Until the end of the turn, you may play that card. You see what I mean? Like, whenever there's an X in a spell, for me, my brain always goes to that X is going to be like 4, 5, 6, some big beastie that you can't get rid of otherwise. So why the fact that you pay the X, pay the red, exile the cards, and then you have to pay for the card. It's not that you can play the card without paying its mana cost. This just seemed it seemed bad. Anyway, Stoic Grove Guide, Forest, and a Kithkin Treasure Token. All right, 2 more packs for today. Glamourmite, Gold Meadow Nomad, Assert Perfection, Burning Curiosity, Vile Boggart, Feisty Spikeling, Rooftop Percher, Reaping Willow, instead of a Weeping Willow, that's funny, Seer, Pestered Wellguard, Morkant's Eyes, and here's our rare. It is Lorwyn, Imperfect Naturalist. Is this a flip card? No, it is not. When Lorwyn enters, it's an elf druid for 1/3 for hybrid black-blue, or black-green. Is that green? Yes, it's green. Sorry. I couldn't. The shadow is kind of bad from where I am. Anyway, when Lorwyn enters, mill 4 cards, then you may put a creature or land card from among the milled cards on top of your library. 2 hybrid blue-green or black-green, black-green, black-green. Tap, discard a land, create a 1/1 black and green worm creature token for each land card in your graveyard. Interesting. That's very interesting. I'll have to wrap my brain around that. Iron Shield Elf, Forest, and a Merfolk Shapeshifter token. Oh, that's a dragon token. That's not a Shapeshifter token. That's a dragon token. All right, last pack of the day. Kind of mass so far. We're going to get something fancy in the special guest slot, right? That's what we're going to do right now. Temporal Cleansing, Appeal to Erdu, Wildvine Pummeler, Flamekin Guildweaver, Dawn Hard. Shut up. Anyway, Stoic Guide, Iron Shield Elf, Clatchin Festival, Lasting Tire Fire, Glister Baron, Scuzzback Scrounger. You're a Scuzzback. Anyway, at the beginning of your first main phase, you may blight 1. If you do, create a treasure token. Okay, so blight is put a -1/1 counter on it. That's not horrible. I mean, it's a mana dork without having to tap it. But the negative effect is that the creature gets smaller. But maybe if you have a creature that, does something good for you when it dies or something like that. Anyway, that's not horrible. Glamourmite, and then an island, and then a goblin fairy token. All right. Not super fancy today, but we are at the middle of the box, and that's what we expect. 2 more days of this. I hope that when we get to the bottom right-hand side of the box, we get some fancy stuff. I'm not going to say I haven't gotten anything super fancy, because I feel like I've gotten a lot of the good cards in this set. Haven't seen that big elf. Haven't seen the hexing squelcher. Haven't seen the dragon, but I've still that elf tutor that we got yesterday was kind of fancy. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow for 6 more packs. Talk to you. Bye.